And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Solar Nations 2. I think things are going well. We've run a little bit into debt here, which is fine. We're doing a more of a conservative bent this time, so we don't really want the debt penalty, per se. Although it's not a big issue, again, we haven't actually pissed off the technocrats. The technocrats are the ones that provide the negative effect reduction from debt. So as long as they're relatively powerful and relatively happy, that's not a problem. I suppose we got the spy agency to be relatively powerful. I might want to give more to the spy agency. Regional political power, faction power. No, I really want offense. I just need to make the faction more powerful. Although making the faction more powerful might give me more offense. That's true. Now, these also do have levels. They're currently at level 1. I could take this up a level for presumably more offense. Upgrade the privilege. You're capped at level 1. That privilege can be upgraded more. Can do more on you as well. Notably, I think upgrade. Oh, this privilege doesn't actually provide any happiness. This is just power and offense. Your leader experience gain. Aristocrats take manpower away if they're weak, but they don't provide any manpower if they're strong. More charisma skill is tempting. Well, it's not a full charisma point there. Do I take another hit for going up another tier? I think we do. Apparently I can keep just going up. More offense power. I think that's enough for the moment, though. We are about to jump into the next era. And I have an idea what we're going to take early. We're probably going to take diplomacy in the early next era here. Paying off our debt. That won't be paid off this year, but it'll probably be paid off next year. There we go. So we have exited the information age, which means bureaucratic and corporate power is going to decline a bit. Integration costs is going to improve. Clergy power is going to grow. Clergy is currently our main faction, so that is good. And maximum culture traits is going to go up by 1. I still need the 10 culture to take something, but we've now got an open slot. And I know what I think I'm going to put in that slot, so that's good. I think we're going to go with diplomatic for the plus 10 opinion. I think it's actually 15 opinion. That'll allow us to spread our claims across the Africa for that population, that sweet, sweet population, just that little bit faster. Egypt, let's go ahead and steal another tech. They still have some to steal. We've just taken improved radiators. We're probably getting pretty close to them not having any to steal. I'm actually surprised you're as slow as you are colonizing. Anyway, slow down construction a little bit while we're in debt. We definitely got more than I can spend on, so we might be a bit more willing to go into debt in the future, but right now we're going to focus on colonization. And I can get another colony going with that one done. Expand expansion, asteroid belt B, increase workforce, expand construction, that plus 10% progress, and then the C is still working on spaceport. Can I get C to start on its spaceport? Yeah, we do have some surplus. We can go ahead and reduce our import by a smidge. Here's some more to export. Or in this case, actually export. Oh, and we got some leaders ready for promotion. Did we have a leader die and get replaced? No. Oh, we did. The interior minister is different. Well, first of all, we'll probably give you your setup as the interior minister, which would be that type of skill. In this case, you want to probably be an activist. We're getting +5 there. We'll give you activist. I might give you a different job at some point. You are my spy master, so you want to be an influencer. You're the defense minister, although I might have the defense minister... No, the defense minister's bad at everything that isn't defense at this point, basically, so, yeah. Focus on defense. We'll give you commander. Ahmed is the head of the administration, so we'll grab a diplomat there for a little bit more faction happiness. And you don't, or no, you're the corporate commander. You want educator if you're getting options. Okay. We're ready for some tech stealing, so let's go bouncing through our people. So for Belgium, we steal the technology. We still get a technology, so we get modern airframes. We pop over to the Netherlands. We steal a technology. We still get, in this case, gigantic airframes. Is that a tier 2 tech we just stole? Somehow we skipped a tech to pick up gigantic airframes by theft, but okay, that works. So I think that was technically classed as a tier 2 tech. That works out. I'm on board with that, that's fine. Okay, let's check up on Kenya. I need 6 favors. I have the 7. Kenya is now a part of us. And of course, right now it is a proxy regime. We're gonna end its proxy regime effect. That is a bunch of stability, but we'll accept that. It's not too much of a problem. Lower taxes to make the middle class a little bit happier, but if it's just the middle class, again, I don't think one faction being grumpy is a problem. It becomes a problem when it's worth the money. South Sudan, I need 19, I've got 8. Uganda, I have no favors for some reason. Curry, political infiltration. Get me some favors. We technically need 25 there. Sudan, we need 20, we have 8. Interesting. Something in the math there is not showing up, because we're showing as plus 11 from ideology, we're only getting plus 8. let's unpause. That updates. Okay, so I've got about 180 extra diplomatic power if we've integrated Somalia. Focus on Africa, or do we want to jump across the way? Saudi Arabia. I think we focus on Africa. Let's improve relations here. Build a spy network here. Do the same with Madagascar. Improve relations, build a spy network. Okay, we need to expand a little bit of an army. Let's disband the old Somali army. There we go. Completed one of our dangerous technologies. In this case, genetic engineering, pop growth. Notably, we have a chance for eugenics unleashed to pop. And that is the danger with this tech. The whole gene clinics to do a bit of eugenics is dangerous in that form. Yeah, we're gonna pick up those 3 techs. The remaining culture techs. We have 7 already done in culture. That'll take us up to 10 in culture. That'll put us at 13 out of 20. At which point I'm going to have to start hard teching. Yeah, I'm going to have to start hard teching the tech tier 2 techs. That actually are tech, not culture. Culture will do pretty easily. Tech we're not going to do particularly well. That's probably the fairest way to describe that. So, I need more stability, otherwise we do more than 1 colony at a time. Continue sticking to 1 colony for the moment. Thinking back to these asteroid belts, let's start working through them with the steel refineries. They do have pretty good steel deposits. I suppose asteroid belt D. I can do an expand construct again, because we now have access to 3. Previously it was only 2. There we go. Want to actually be a positive map power be there. Okay, asteroid belt D, or B, is done. Let's add A. Base workforce, expand construction, expand construction, expand construction. And then obviously in B, we're going to queue up yard, spaceport into steel refinery. On Mars, they're going pretty good. Can I afford... Yeah, we can afford that. Go up the resource excavation level there for the more refining level for the project cost. Try to steal a tech from Egypt. This may be at the point where we're not going to be able to do it. We've got a pretty good ideology max with Egypt. Let's send and improve relations there. There's nothing to steal, we might start moving to integrate them. They still had something to steal. We stole colossal airframes from them. Oh, so they are definitely more technologically advanced than us, because they're up in colossal airframes, apparently. Good to know. we're stuck in the previous era and they're in the next one. Fair enough. If for whatever reason we're not able to survey when we're colonizing a place, doesn't really bother me that much. That's a more modern change. It used to be able that you were able to survey before you, well, survey after you started colonization, but it doesn't make a big difference. Okay, so now we've got all the sort of generic asteroid belt sites. Do you want to go back to Mars, or do I want to get the remaining asteroids? I think I want to go back to Mars. And in fact, if I'm going back to Mars, we can go to our existing Mars colony. Has anyone else arrived at Mars, or is it just me? It does appear to be just me still. I have enough that I could pick up a trait, but I want to pick up diplomatic next, so we can have a little bit better integration here on Earth. Let's start surveying these. They are relatively expensive. So asteroid belt F is surveyed. And we'll go back to Earth. So we can pay attention to our corner of Earth. Well, I guess Sudan has been growing. I did not realize Sudan had been growing so aggressively. Although that might work in my advantage, because I'm prestigious and big enough that I can apparently still integrate them. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. Well, actually, this is going to get up to... Oh no, we might still be able to do it. We're only base 23. That's very doable. 16 for you. We got 8 favors, so I need 8 more. It's gonna take like 8 more years there. Take more there. Have I hit the spy point for you in Tanzania? No, 25. The other one is that's Madagascar. We haven't hit 25 in Madagascar. Yep. Just like let time continue to pass. Steal some technology. Belgium time. Hey Belgium, do you have any technology that we don't have? The answer is probably yes. Modern artillery. Next is Netherlands. Polarized steel armor. Not as useful technologies. Army Organization 2 is done. We're into military logistics, followed by military tactics next. And then again, we're going to be having to sort of brute force technologies unless we get lucky steals. We're at 11 of 20. Once we have 20 and do the interplanetary technology, which is also a technology that's going to be brutal. Once we have that one, then we can try to dash up using our good culture say dash up to education 4, dash up to social cohesion, we can get more espionage offense, all that good stuff. Survey E. With the iron, not super nice. Iron curiosities, is what it is. That's some naval capacity. I'm not planning on building any boats anytime soon, so let's export that. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Now we got space fleet capacity. Again, actually at this point we're going to start cratering the price, but that's probably good. We like to know that we have it if we need it. And we can get other people to pay us for it in the meantime. Population's going up by millions every year. Again, we're saving up for diplomatic. I want that extra opinion. People are trying to integrate. Short run that more iron is useful. As we've slapped a steel refinery in there, so just more iron levels is still more income. Oh, we can steal another one off of Egypt. Improved munition defense. Okay. We are actually over 75, so let's hit Belgium up. Provides us with improved missiles. And Netherlands. It's with modern air guns. I can do some more surveys. Pick up C next. Iron curiosities. Iron and some other stuff. Okay. And our colony finished. So back to Mars for the next colony. Again, I think we're the only one here still. Back to Earth. Yeah, I'm still saving up for 10. We're not there yet. Let's follow up the integrations. Need 10, have 8. Need 17, have 7. Need 8, have 8, so we almost have enough to do Sudan. And you need a lot, so we've only just started on you, I suppose. Although, in the case of you... Madagascar, curry, political infiltration. Start getting those favors. So next year we can probably integrate Sudan and get a whole chunk of North Africa. Okay, military tactics 3 is done. We got one more culture tech, and then we're gonna have to just brute force some science ones that I was hoping that would spread to, that we could steal. We'll have to brute force 7 science techs, tier 2 science techs, because we've actually apparently had all the tier 1s spread to us. Just haven't had any of the tier 2 ones spread. Probably do like advanced metals. In fact, what I need 7, so we'll say that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That probably counts as 1 as well. 5, 6, 7. At which point we should have the 20 for interplanetary. Okay. If we get any lucky spreads off of other stuff, we may be able to still be quite productive. Okay, so you, I would like a little bit more faction loyalty. Because the middle class, for example, are not happy. Ooh, activist. So that's a +5 instead of +3. It's usually +3. Take that. Osman as corporate commander, so you would like economist. There we go, so we're back in with positives across the board. Colony's not done. We'll get to surveying the next colony. So you've been surveyed. You've been surveyed. You haven't been. You know, I'll just go ahead and splurge and do the rest of the surveying here. So we'll do A as well. I don't really know what those tests have been. Relic Outpost should get a steel mine. Steel refinery. Egypt, we want to steal a tech. Assuming they have a tech to steal. They gave us advanced metals, so that took 1 off of our queue. And raises my infrastructure limit by 1. So 5% more on all colonies going forward. You know, we should get out of debt pretty quickly here, which is why I was willing to go into debt so easily. Even solve some of this industrial capacity. A little more revenue. Okay, it's been another year. Let's follow up on Sudan. I need 7 to integrate them. We have 8. We now spread across Africa as Sudan did the expanding and we're doing the benefiting. There we go. That's one of the reasons you might have noticed. So I'm getting pretty close to 50, but I'm like, I'm not going to really worry about it. Tunis has high unrest. Because I guess Sudan just took them over. Okay. It's trending down. That's fine. industrial capacity because we apparently inherited Sudan's deficit. And apparently I need some Air Force. Ethiopia grows. Right now we're not making much because apparently we inherited some of the territory we just took over that we're having to pay to integrate. Yeah, we're paying 1.5 stability a month integrating territories. Tech stealing time. Belgium's turn. Nuclear fusion. That checks another one off of our list. Steel technology from the Netherlands. And advanced air guns. Yep, we're getting a shorter list. So got 6 queued up. Military logistics, again, is going to be the easiest of what's left. Before we air it up. Space Powder Tim, at this rate you might just take Mars as your own. Yeah, we'll try to see if we can do that. At least take a massive chunk of it if we can. Okay, steal more off of Egypt, or at least attempt to steal more off of Egypt. Egypt may be running out at this point. That wasn't a particularly great one to steal. We were just about to finish researching that one anyway. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, we're about to finish up the colony. So we finished it. We'll follow that up with a steel refinery. Actually want to go there. And 2 surveys. Which arguably is telling me that's going to be a really good steel refinery when it's done. Let's grab the next lump of Mars. And we build infrastructure there. 20% done on arrival because of all the button pushing we do. We're not quite at 10 yet. Okay, so we're finishing some of the integrations. We have 50 stability. I'm going to start integrating the Sudanese territory. So right now we're having reduced maximum admin efficiency there and reduced assimilation. This costs stability. It is based on the size, so the bigger ones cost more, the smaller ones cost less, based on population size. Give Tunisia, because we're still integrating Tunisia, give it a little bit more time. Yeah, things are going well. We're growing 9.5 million people a year. The tech stealing is working out really well at this point, although we're maybe running out of good targets. How goes Uganda? More recurring favors from the Tanzania. I need to do curry favors. Just curry favors from the work. Yeah. Got 8, need 10 for Tanzania. So I own all the generic asteroid spots in the asteroid belt. The named ones we don't have. We own all the generic ones. I'm going back to work on Mars instead. Because we can pick up more from Mars, that'll be useful as well. I also picked up the asteroid belt so we can have some good space fleet capacity locations. Okay, time to steal some technology. Egypt. Egypt is empty. Egypt has no technology for me to steal. Which arguably means in the case of Egypt, it is very favors time. What am I running there already? Focused infiltration. I'm running here. Oh, siphon research. Yeah, we're not getting anything off of siphon research anymore, so we can turn that off. And I think I was running economic infiltration, so I turn that off. And we'll go curry political infiltration. No more will come from Egypt. Although Egypt is in Africa, so Egypt is on the list to be integrated. Next is Belgium. Belgium has a little bit more education, so they might have stuff for us to continue stealing. And they do. Basic military EMP. And Netherlands, the same sort of logic. Improved airframes. Two in South Sudan. So South Sudan will become one with Ethiopia. Got the stability to pay for its integration? Yeah. What about Tunisia? Yep. So we're not there with Madagascar, which is reasonable. We just started Madagascar recently. Uganda, I need 8. Uganda has 8. I would like to be net positive 1, so I need 1 more. Which could just come from 1 more year. So if we've got 1 more year, we can probably integrate Uganda. Tanzania needs 33. What is the opinion of Eritrea? Ideology says nay. Ideology says nay. At least until we get diplomatic. Uganda and Tanzania is on board. Malawi is only 11. Although I don't have a border with them, so let's come back to the ones that we have borders with first. Zaire. Got 10 base. Yeah, so I think we can do Zaire. So approve. Build spy network. I've got enough money. laboratories, and we'll start... actually, I suppose I need genetic material first. I want to start putting out gene clinics. Oh, that's probably going to be cheapest to actually build Mars asteroid belt area. Yeah. So it's 750 out in Mars. It's 100k here in the capital because of all the buildings we built already. Okay, so yeah, let's build out and build those out in Mars to start. Kenya is next. Some iron there. Some more iron there. So I just worked out there is iron in Kenya, so Kenya is probably a good place to, you know, throw a... it would be a good place to throw a steel refinery, except there is one there already, so I don't need it. Don't need to throw one there, we've already got it there. Okay, we've had a year tick. We're waiting for 10. We got 8.6. We have crossed a billion populations. There's more than a billion people that live in Ethiopia. We do have the unification East Africa. We're getting pretty close to the unification for East Africa. Let's go through our unifications. I need 12 to proxy Egypt. We have 2. Madagascar, I need 24. We got 8. Zaire is new, and I'm not going to bother with Zaire for the logic. Belgium, Netherlands. We may do Belgium, Netherlands at some point, but they're on the list because we're stealing tech for them. Uganda. Uganda needs 6 and has 8. So we can say we're using 7 leverage to make a proxy. Welcome to the team, Uganda. And you're not a proxy, you are a direct functional component of Ethiopia. And then we have Tanzania. Tanzania needs 31. Because their prestige is relatively high. Okay. And integrating Uganda gave me just that little bit more diplomatic capacity, so we can pick the next one up. 48 got Zaire on the list. Congo. Congo doesn't have the requisite 10, so we skip Congo. Cameroon has the requisite 10. Improved relations, build spy network. Looks like we're over the manpower limit. Let's disband the Uganda army. And this army in South Sudan. Oops. It gets us at least a little bit closer. And again, we can export some of this industrial capacity. Some money for it. Think about North Africa. Can I... Yeah, 4 for Algiers, 20 for Morocco. Morocco would be doable. Improve relations, build spy network. This construction's on Mars complete? No. Although I do get genetic material buffs from the farmland. Yeah. So they're not too bad on Earth. They are going to be relatively expensive. Okay, so let's pull up the construction builder. Oh, they've now added survey to the construction builder. That is convenient. Okay. That was definitely a complaint in the last round. It's like, okay, well, how do I find all the places that I haven't surveyed yet? Yeah, it's in the construction builder. That works. Just works. You can level up. What did I have you doing? What is Ali up to? He is the premier. So, diplomat, please. Oh, no, I was doing the wrong one. I just had the defensive minister pick up some defense level, or some diplomat levels. Whoops. Oh well. Now all the factions are reasonably happy. The ideologues are actually relatively powerful, so I could potentially be handing out more policies to them. Culture power would be nice. We actually get quite a bit of that, yeah. Although, initial stability cost is a bit high. I think for the moment we don't do any of these just because I don't have the stability to pay the bill. We will have the stability to pay the bill, we just don't currently. Egypt. We already worked out that Egypt is not a person I can steal tech from. Probably. We're already running political integration, I believe. Political infiltration, I can do... diplomatic coercion for more curry favors. Yeah. Belgium and Netherlands, though, we can keep stealing technology from. Fortifications. And... whoops. Don't sabotage their research. Steal their research. Engine miniaturization. Oh, and we have been granted enough tier 2s that I can go to interplanetary. So we will drop these from the queue right now. I'm even going to drop mass manufacturing from the queue. Get interplanetary going. Put mass manufacturing on. Does it save the bend? Yes. Good. Interplanetary technology. Interplanetary culture would be tempting. But I think we go for the espionage. What is this first? Followed by the education ones, so we have time for that education to kick in. And then we'll revisit that at that point. This is a bit of a slow place on Mars to colonize, apparently. Only getting 0.5% per month. Have we hit 10 yet? No, almost there. We'll be there in 3 years, I think. I suppose our culture is getting more distributed. Yeah, we're only 31% Ethiopian now. And what's the next biggest culture? Turag. Should actually kick the Somali out and hand it over to the Kenyan. Sure. Anyway, we should have some cultural conversion, but having some cultural conversion and having a lot of cultural conversion is different things. Yeah, just kicked you out, so that's a bit of a shame from the Unity standpoint. Where can I see the culture? There it is. Simulation, 47.5% for migration quotas and the monument. Hasn't started yet because when they were accepted, they weren't converting. Well, the Kenyan probably was the previous one, the next most common, although they've probably stopped at this point. Oh, there's some unrest there as well. Okay. Oh, we had someone die. The defense minister has been replaced. You're actually probably better than your job would give you credit for. 21, 13, 10. I have to give you the premiership, actually. So Joseph's the interior. You're going to want management. The new guy. I'm thinking the new guy is too good for his spot. I'm thinking the new guy is too good for his spot. What are you getting on your level up? Admiral, Diplomat, Economist. Leave you Economist. I'm going to unassign you from your position. I'm going to replace this one. There we go. Yeah, that makes all the factions just that little bit happier and better and all that slaw. Still continuing to colonize. Need 8 favors to integrate them. We have 5, so we're almost there to integrate Egypt. Over here, it's 7 and 5. You need 19. Do I have both of the spy stuff going on you? I think so. Political filtration and curries are both slightly grayed, so I think they're going. Not enough to do curry. Not enough to do curry. Not enough to do curry. You have enough that I can do political infiltration to go with the curry. That's good. I'll actually take political infiltration off because apparently they got their defense up. I heard the defense is significantly increased. Okay. We've crossed 10 on the culture, so we can add a new culture trait. We are going to go for diplomatic, which I think is all the way at the bottom here. 25% extra diplomatic capacity to start. The first trait in it is 2.5, so that actually got nerfed. I think that was 5. The last used to be 10, I think, and it got nerfed to 5. Still, pretty good. Yeah, a bunch of people definitely picked up some spy defense. comparatively speaking. I let my spy council leader died. Oh, my spy council guy just died. Okay, so I need a better spy counselor. Diplomacy. So you only got one, so you're definitely not keeping that job. Sure, you're an activist, but that's not enough to save your job. Ali, you have a job again. Went from being the premier to the master of the spies. There we go. That makes a lot of the spying better. Okay, in the capital, we've only got 3.6 genetic material. We're going to start getting that invested in... Could do research next level, but no, we want to go for a gene clinic. We want to get people in the capital living a nice, long time. In fact, I probably need more genetic material than that, but that's what we'll start with. Colony's still going. Construction, survey. Working through those. Tempted just to do all of them, but I don't think we're going to do all of them right now. Have I integrated all the ones being gained? Create a puppet, so we've definitely been integrated. I think so. Okay, on the next year's cycle, we'll be able to pick up a bunch of techs from tech stealing. Getting into Era 2 by interplanetary technology is going to just be slow, because we're so terrible at tech research. Got to finish up this colony. We're probably wanting a new one as soon as it's done. We've gone over the years, so we can do some tech theft. So Belgium. Improved artillery. Netherlands. Netherlands is out of tech for me to steal. Ooh. Okay, we'll turn off siphon resources. From ideology, it's going to be really difficult to get them to diplomatically integrate. So the question here is, do I swap to something else? I don't have very much income, so stealing income from them doesn't make much sense. I think I'm done spying on the Netherlands. The Netherlands apparently is out of useful stuff to steal. And then we can pop through our other potential targets. Egypt, I need 5 to make proxy. We have 7. So Egypt, become one with Ethiopia. Oh, Egypt had territory up on the moon. We now have territory on the moon. Okay, we have random territory on the moon now. Egypt got there before we did, obviously. And apparently the Egyptian territory on the moon is just a little grumpy. Egyptians apparently weren't taking particularly great care of it. Excuse me, when I assume direct control over Egypt. That's Egypt. Madagascar is -17. We're working on Madagascar then. Zaire. Ideology will still work. This is going to take a while because we need to improve them quite a bit. Cameroon. Ideology, again, is an agreement. Just gotta be time and patience. See? Patient there. Morocco. Yep. Tanzania. Yep. Although I should check up on espionage. Don't have enough there to do curry and political infiltration. Cycle for like a month, and we'll get an update. On our stats. So we export a little bit less industrial capacity. I just disband some of the Egyptian army. And maybe a little bit of the Egyptian Air Force. There we go. Apparently Yemen took over Saudi Arabia. Yemen is on the list of people we could potentially integrate, so let's improve build spy network. Iraq is as well, so improve, build spy network. What's left of Arabia is not. What's left of Israel is not. Syria is. So improve, build spy network. Okay. Yep, things I think are going well. I've got no colonies, so pop back to Mars, and we get back to colonizing another spot on Mars. Again, it looks like we are still the only one on Mars. Granted, I think we have the longest colonization range, everyone, with 2.1 AU. Place back on Earth hasn't built the genetic facility yet. It's half done. I'm not exactly sure how much that's going to cost. It's supposed to be like 1 per... Was it 1 per million? Check one thing in a different spot. I think it was 1 per million. 1.2 per million. Apparently only have... Oh no, I got 200 million there. So it's going to be like 200. So we're going to have a deficit when that finishes. Haven't built enough to offset that. Yeah, we're 1.4 billion people and growing almost 10 million people a year. I'm going to do a little bit of deficit spending, because I know I'm going to go genetic material in the dumpster a little bit when we get that building finished. So let's try to make that a short period of time in the dumpster. So, genetic material factory. Sort by benefit per cost. And if I shift build, we build 5 at a time. And I'm willing to go about 10, or willing to go about 5 years in debt. So one more. There we go. Yep, we're colonizing. Things are going, for sort of the pacifist run that we're doing here, things are going pretty well. And yeah, we are negative. Can I buy that? Yes, but it's obviously going to be expensive. We're the only one interacting with the market at all. There we go. As we build more of that, we'll go back to not importing any, ideally. Yep, capital now has extra lifespan, so our people should live there longer. $22.5 more years of lifespan in the capital. Other than colonial expansion, I think we're just gonna sit here and wait that debt to pay down. It is paying down relatively quickly. Osman does our corporate commander job. That's project cost. If we're running management, so you want investor. And we can pick up our first from the Diplo tree, which we're going to do. 2.5 more opinion. Next up is a simulation, followed by some integration cost reduction, followed by unity, followed by more unity. More exhaustion recovery, last but not least the opinion, and also make the clergy more powerful. Let's do a run through Belgium. Do you have stuff for me to steal? The answer may, in fact, be no. Belgium did. Stole some advanced missiles from Belgium. We're going to continue spying on Belgium. Madagascar. Need -8 to integrate. Need 8 to integrate. I got 7. 35. Only 33. We got curry going. We don't have political filtration going, so we'll get that running. Did my spy master die, or did their spy stuff get better? Spy master died. Yeah, spy master died. Okay. Okay, so 33. Belgium not even trying. Netherlands. I've stopped doing Netherlands, but we haven't. Our espionage hasn't worn off yet. We still have some. That's why it's showing up on the list. Morocco. In fact, have I stopped? Yeah, I've stopped. Surprised. Oh, it stays stable at where it is. Okay. It's not declining. That's what's going on. Morocco. Need 25. Syria is 30. Tanzania is 16. We've got 7. Iraq is 33. They're in a couple zones. And Yemen is 44. Okay. Looking at the time, I probably should have already put the part break in. We'll go ahead and pause here, and we'll put the part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, we will have another part up tomorrow. We're going to record one more part. If you're watching in Twitch, I think I missed... By missing the window, I think I said I missed an appropriate time to put the ad break in, because I think the ad break is going right now. But we're going to take a quick break here so we can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. So you're watching on YouTube, part tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, we will be back to record the next one in a bit. So until the next bit, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.